10 types of relationship you must avoid. Number 1, relationship that is based on knacking. You should avoid a relationship that is based on knacking alone. It has no future. Knacking in any relationship is not a sign of love. There are so many ways you can show or prove that you love your partner, not through knacking. If all you do is to knack with each other, instead of discussing valuable things that will add value to your life, add value to your relationship, and add value to your future, if all you do is to knack, then that relationship has no future. It's a waste of destiny. Number 2, any relationship that has no purpose and direction. Avoid any relationship that has no purpose and direction. When you're in a relationship whereby you don't have an aim, particularly when that relationship is let's enjoy the flow, then there is no direction. You're only wasting your time in that relationship. Like I often tell singles, any relationship that has no date for wedding, has no date for traditional wedding, has no specific timeline of the things you want to do, then you are wasting your time in that relationship. Avoid such relationship because it has no future. Because the date that you have gives you an idea of what you want to do, and you begin to run with that vision, begin to run with that purpose. But any relationship without date, then it has no future. I've had people in relationship who will ask their man and say, when is the date? He will tell you, I don't know. Then you're wasting the time of that lady. You're wasting the time of each other in that relationship. Particularly the ladies, you will be at the losing end because you have a timeline. You have menopause ahead of you. The man can get married at any time, but you don't have that leisure of time. You are like a flower, and flower has a specific time. And once a flower is done with its season, that is all for it. But a man at age 40, 50, even 60, even 70 these days, we see them get married, kicking well, and at the end of the day having children. But for the women, you don't have future after a particular period of time because you have a timeline. You have an expiring period of time that you can even give birth to children. So that is why you must be very careful the kind of relationship you go into, because at the end of the day, the man has an advantage over you. You will be the one at the losing end. And when you observe, you check, men who get married at that age even get married to younger ladies. They don't even go for the ones who are even 30, 35 and above. They go for those who are far younger than that. That alone should teach you sense, and you should know that any relationship you enter into, it should be a relationship of direction and purpose. Number 3, avoid any relationship that does not have any impact in your life. Any relationship that does not have any positive impact in your life or adding any positive value into your life is a waste of time and destiny, and waste of energy, waste of resources, and waste of effort. A relationship should add value, should change you from one level to another. When you meet each other, by the next few months, few years ahead of you, you have been positively impacted and influenced by that partner to be at a higher level of knowledge, higher level of impact, higher level of spiritual growth, higher level of multidimensional changes in your life. Relationship is meant to add value and impact. And if that is not happening in your life, then you are in a wrong relationship. Avoid such relationship. Number 4, run away from any relationship that gives you more sorrow than joy. Any relationship that you are not finding joy, you don't have peace of mind, every time you're settling quarrels and troubles. You're in a relationship that you constantly quarrel. You are not at peace with each other. At every point in time you think of your partner, you are afraid. At any point in time you think of that relationship, you are not comfortable, you are not okay, you are sad. That relationship is not for you. Avoid it. Number 5, avoid any relationship that makes you cry or gives you more tears rather than laughter. Any relationship that lacks fun, that lacks joy, then avoid such relationship, because relationship is meant to give you joy, it's meant to give you laughter, it means to give you more fun than crying and tears. Avoid such relationship. Number 6, avoid any relationship where you love that person, but the other partner makes you unhappy. Don't stay in any relationship where you love someone but that partner makes you unhappy many times. Any relationship that you are, and every time that partner makes you unhappy, he or she apologizes today and tomorrow they are repeating the same thing. They keep making you unhappy. Avoid such relationship. No matter how good that person is, no matter how influential or the money involved, if you are not happy, then what is the essence of enjoying that money? Any relationship that you are and that partner makes you unhappy many times, please avoid such a relationship. Don't remain there. Don't stay in that relationship. Number 7, when you see a sign that this relationship cannot work, don't try to make it work. After making several efforts and it's not working, just stay away from that relationship or walk away and move on with your life. 8, avoid any relationship where you find yourself struggling to love your partner. Avoid such relationship because it will never work. Any relationship that you are struggling to love that partner, it will not work because love flows naturally. When you love someone, you love the person. There are things you even do without even being asked to do it. You get it done because you love that person. But when you are struggling to love that partner, it won't work. It is love that makes you to submit. It is love that makes you to give. It is love that makes you to hand over yourself willingly because you truly love that person. But when you are struggling to love that person, you can't give into that relationship. You can't add value to that relationship. So please, in order not to regret that decision, avoid that relationship. Number 9, avoid any relationship where you are caged or stopped or hindered from enjoying your fundamental human rights. No relationship should restrict you from enjoying your basic fundamental human rights, not even marriage. So any relationship that you are and you are caged constantly, you don't have freedom to do anything. You don't have freedom to even relate with family members that you love. You don't have freedom to do anything. You are caged in that relationship. Then it means that is how that marriage will look like. Because whatsoever you see in relationship, that is what you will see in marriage. Relationship is like rehearsals. And as a matter of fact, you will even see more than what you have seen in relationship. What you are seeing in relationship now is a child's play to what you will see in marriage. So what you see in relationship is what you will see in marriage. Don't remain in that relationship. Please move on with your life. In fact, run away from such relationship. Number 10, most importantly, above all, avoid any relationship that will keep you away from God, that will keep you away from your maker. Any relationship that will keep you away from your maker, then that relationship has definitely made you not to fulfill God's purpose. Because even the relationship or marriage you are thinking about, it is God who instituted it. And if that same God is not a party to that relationship or that marriage, then it means that you will not succeed in that marriage. Please follow these instructions. It will help you to have a very good relationship and marriage at the end of the day. Signs that your relationship breakup is temporal. You may have broken up with your ex or with your partner maybe not quite long ago, and that relationship was a relationship that you so cherish and value, but haven't separated. There are certain things or signs that shows that that partner intend to come back. There are signs that show that that breakup is temporal. Those signs are the signs I want to share with you today. Number 1, they keep checking on you. They are always on your WhatsApp status. They are always on your Facebook. Every post that you post, they like, they comment, and they share those posts. It means they are still touching base with you. They just want to know how you're doing and what you are up to. So when you see these signs, it shows that that partner is still missing you. That partner will want that relationship to be back to what it used to be. So these are one of the signs that shows that your breakup is temporary. Number 2, they keep inquiring from your friends. Most times when you are within your friends, you keep hearing them telling you that your ex is always asking about you, always wanting to know what you are up to, always wanting to know what is new about you. And when you have friends telling you a lot of things about your ex, of his inquiry about you, then it means that that partner is still interested in you and would like that relationship to be back again. When they make this kind of inquiries about you, it means that they have not given up on you. It means that they are still interested in you. So when you notice these signs, it means that your partner is still interested in you, and that breakup you've had is a temporary breakup. Number three, they still maintain a relationship with your family. They are still in talking terms with your siblings. They still talk with them, they relate with them, they talk with them on phone, they chat on WhatsApp, they relate from time to time. And they are in very good terms with your mom and with your dad. This means that they still love the family. They don't want to lose the family. It's a sign that they will want to return. They will want to come back to you. Number four, they now do the things you wanted them to do. While that relationship was on, there are things you've complained about and there are no signs of changes. But now that there's a breakup, they are now proving to you, trying to show to you that they have changed, they are a changed person now, and they are now doing those things you had wanted them to do. They have adjusted, they have amended their ways. This is a sign that truly that partner is still interested in you and will want that relationship to be back again. It is a sign that that breakup is temporary. Number five, he doesn't trash talk you in public. In the past, this could be some of the things that your partner does, but now, having realized your worth, he doesn't trash talk you in public anymore. He has realized your worth and he is now a smart person. He wants to return to the same kitchen where he used to eat before. So that is a sign that your breakup is temporary. Number six, he still misses the good old days. Sometimes he will send you pictures of the two of you and the things you used to do in the past. It's a sign that he wants those days back again. And if he made mistakes and you wanted him back again, there's nothing wrong with that. Accept him and then let that relationship continue again. You know, sometimes breakup give people room to now know the value of what they have lost, and they begin to make conscious effort to change for good. So if that is the case and the situation, why not? You can give him the room or give her the room to return again for a wonderful relationship experience again. Number seven, he still does favors for you. When you call and request that certain favors that you need, why not? He's always available to render such favor to you. He remembers your birthdays. He sends you gifts on your birthdays. He still do the things you used to do when you were together. It's a sign that he is missing you. It's a sign that he wants that relationship back again. And sometimes when you need financial help, he is always available to provide. Then what else, what sign do you need that this partner wants this relationship back? If it's something that is worth taking that person back, please do. Number eight, you discover he becomes more spiritual. Unlike before, maybe he drinks, maybe he does a lot of things that you are not too comfortable with, but now he's more spiritual. He attends counseling sessions to work on himself. Breakup can give room to people to change. They begin to understand your worth. And when you begin to see all of these changes, it does not necessarily mean that he is changing because he wants you back, but he is changing because he has realized what he has lost, and he has now known that these are the things he ought to be doing, and he's not doing that so that that relationship can come back again. They go to work on themselves and come back a better person. When you see someone who has made conscious effort to come back a better person, the person really means to be in that relationship again with you. So it's a sign that that relationship is temporary, and if it's worth giving that partner another chance, a second chance, give that partner another second chance. Number nine, he doesn't seem happier after the breakup. It means that when he was with you, he was more happier, and now that he's no longer with you, things are no longer working the way it used to. It means that while you were together, things were working. It means that relationship was meant to be. Now, having realized all of this is a sign that that relationship should be back again. And if it's worth coming back, please do give that partner a chance. 13 costly mistakes that wives make. Number one, prolong silent treatment to show that you are angry. This makes you and your husband used to not talking and makes you draw farther apart from each other. Doing this damage your communication. Even when he does wrong, get angry, but talk about it and forgive him quickly, because this gives a room
for your communication to be affected in the process. Because when you are used to not talking, he begins to look for it outside. And by the moment that happens, your relationship or your marriage is being affected. Number two, overreacting or getting angry easily. When your husband releases to you certain informations and you get angry and you overreact, or you become highly suspicious and critical of your husband, this will discourage your husband from further releasing any information to you, and he begin to become secretive. Not because he doesn't want to share those information with you anymore, but because he knows this will be your reaction. So therefore, he will keep to himself. And you know what? Secrecy opens the doors to so many dangers. So this is one mistakes that wives make in marriage. Number three, using knacking as a weapon. Never use knacking as a weapon to punish your husband. This will make him desire you less, and once that happens, it begins to affect your knacking life, and your marriage suffers for it. Never play games with your knacking life in your relationship. Number four, listening to outside voices more than your husband. You and your husband understands yourself better. You and your husband understands the issues in your marriage best. Those outside don't understand your husband the way you do. You understand yourself better than any other person. So no one from outside should tell you about the husband that you know more about. By the time you begin to hear multiple voices of people outside, that begin to confuse you. The best person to talk to is your husband. If there are issues, sit down, talk about it, and resolve it. Never you take your marital issues outside, and as a result, you'll hear multiple of counsel that will confuse your marriage. Number five, sharing personal information with outsiders. There are things to tell your friends, and there are things that it is best kept between the confines of your home, between you and your husband. Do not tell anyone about your husband outside. Do not gossip about him to anyone. Cover him up, because those information might be used against you tomorrow. Don't trust anybody with such information. Number six, attacking the symptoms, not the issues. If your husband drinks alcohol too much, or he does certain things too much, or he goes after ladies, and you don't like it, don't attack the alcohol. Don't attack the lady. Find out why is it so. What is making him to drink too much? What is making him to go after side chicks? Find out. You could be the problem. Find out what the problem is and resolve it from the root. Don't attack the symptoms. Attack the issues. So whatever it is, find out what is generating that issue and resolve it from the root. Number seven, dressing up well when going outside and dressing up poorly at home. Do not look good for outsiders and wearing good clothes when you go to work or for any public event. But while you're at home with your husband, you dress poorly, and thereby your dressing does not impress him. It makes your husband not to look towards your direction. Tomorrow you start complaining that he doesn't admire you. Not that it is not good to dress good going out, but you balance it. Dress good for your husband at home, and when you go out, do the same. But don't do for outsiders what you don't do to your husband at home. Number eight, letting go of your dreams for the sake of marriage. Never you let go your dreams for the sake of your marriage. If you do that, it then means that your talent has been wasted. The years of education that has been acquired is also a waste. Get a job, get a business, get something to do, earn money for the home, for yourself. Take care of yourself, take care of your children. Don't stay as a full housewife and waste your talent, waste that education that your parents or you yourself may have invested with hard earned money and resources. There's more to life than marriage. The moment you stagnate yourself to a particular point, you stop to grow and you become less competitive with your husband. Soon, your husband will begin to struggle to relate with you because he has grown above you over the years. So stand up, begin to work with those certificates and education that you have and talent that you have. Number 9, comparing your husband with other men. The moment you begin to tell your husband, can't you see the other man? Can't you see our neighbor is better than you? The moment you begin to do that, you are destroying his ego, his self esteem, his dreams. And by the time you start praising other men in his presence, then you have done more damage than good. Some women makes this mistake. Don't fall in that category. Number 10, abandoning your husband. Some women do this. After giving birth and having children, they begin to abandon their husband and pay more attention to the children. Your children are part of the marriage. Yes, give them attention, but at the same time, don't ignore your husband. Balance it so well in such a way that your husband is also being taken care of. And ensure you're able to manage that well and don't abandon your husband. Number 11, competing with other couples. A lot of women make this mistake. Don't compete with other couples. The reason is your marriages are not the same. You didn't get married at the same time. Your destinies are different. What God has in mind for you and for them is not the same. The time they are meant to succeed is not the same time you are also meant to succeed. You are all meant to succeed differently, attain your goals differently, and at different times. God has plan for you. Focus on your marriage and you will get there. Don't make your husband feel less of himself because you are admiring other marriages. That is their marriage. This is your own. Focus on your own to build it. Just the same way they focus on theirs and built their marriages. Number 12, forcing change on your husband. Stop shouting at your husband and manipulating him and trying to control him or to change him. Win him over with love and praises. Encourage him to be a better person rather than shutting him down and letting him know that he's not doing well as expected. Please encourage your husband rather than doing that. Number 13, being your husband's biggest critic. Stop being a woman who doesn't see anything good in her husband. That's why you got married to him, to make him a better person, to improve him, to change him, and to make him better than what you meant. When he does one or two mistakes, don't keep a record of it, but rather help him not to repeat that mistake again. That is why you are there as a wife. Be his number one biggest fan and cheerleader. With that, you will encourage your husband to attain greater height and success. I hope this video helps you in your marriage relationship. Please, if you love this video, help me like this video, comment on this video, share this video for the benefit of all. Thank you.